What is up, everyone? Volathis here, and Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest in Tokyo for 2019 has come to a close. I've just gotten back home and wanted to make hopefully 2 videos focused on Fan Fest. We're going to start the first one here with the keynote here. Now, as always, I'm going to have in the description links to the videos. There's a ton of videos from this Fan Fest. And for my resource, I'm going to be using an article from Gamerscape again. So that'll be in the description, and don't forget to check them out. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail with the full trailer. I thought about doing sort of a reaction video that didn't get around to it. I ended up watching it anyways because I couldn't wait. But there are just a few things, and also there's not much for me to go off of. A lot of this keynote answered a lot of the questions I had. So, other than the fact that for some reason in the trailer we had a few fat Makotes, and we haven't gotten a full look, but we got a look at the person who's been narrating this trailer, and they had a crystal hand. It looked really cool, but obviously that crystal hand is there for a reason, so we're going to find out more about that. So without further ado, we're going to jump in the other subjects here, and I will try my best to mention if there's a video for any of these topics. So the other new job we're going to be getting in the expansion for Shadowbringers is going to be Dancer, and it is going to be a ranged DPS, and they're going to use throwing weapons to do damage from afar. And they are also going to perform dances to execute their abilities. They are going to be able to be unlocked at level 60 and Limsa. And there is a video on this, and in the video it sounded like they used Final Fantasy IX like music, but that's all we really know for now. And I mean, it'll be good for the class balance. We do need another ranged DPS, so it'll be a new fun job to try out in the expansion. Next, it was discussed about the new areas, and there are videos for all the new areas. And I just have to say that the Final Fantasy XIV team has really outdone themselves with these new areas. They look beautiful, and I can't wait to go to them. And the first thing, obviously, for this is that we found out that we will be leaving our world to go to a new world. We're leaving Eorzea, and this new world is going to be called the First. And it was described that there's going to be a Christatorium and Lakeland and Ullamore. And Christamore is going to be like the first city hub. I don't have much to say about it, but it is a beautiful city hub. I'm probably going to spend all my time in there when I'm not doing anything. And then they said that Lakeland will be nearby, and I think it's Ullamore. That's probably not. Ullamore is another city, and with Ullamore, this is. I noticed in the video that the music changed depending on which district you were in. This looks like an example of a hierarchy, where there's the poor district and the ruins, and the aristocrats and all that, who live in very luxurious lives. This is supposedly supposed to be based off of Limsa, but in the First. And as I said previously in the trailer, they showed off some fat Makote, so they're definitely living some luxurious lives. And this is also, the city knows about the flood, and they want to have some luxury, and the poor district is for people who can't move up. This is, to me, is like a big example of a city where, you know the world's coming to an end, so why not have some fun? And then Lakeland is the other city, and it is suggested for this that this will be the first area that we will explore coming to the First. And a bit of the area, it looked very upscale, had like an estate or like a castle, and looks like a very medieval looking area, but with brighter colors. Maybe even kind of like a resort. There looked like there was a cafe or something near the lake. and there's a legend that a warrior of darkness will be coming to save them from the light. And then another thing that this kind of brings up is that I don't know if they confirmed it, but Ilmeg, I'm assuming with the color palette and everything, is going to be on the first. It is not going to be on Eorzea. It's going to be in the first. We'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. And then we didn't get any video on some of the new dungeons. We just got 3 images. One of them looks kind of like an underground ruins kind of area. The second one, to me, it looks like it is from the trailer, the city or the town area that is getting set on fire, where Y'shtola / Master Montoya enter on JR. And then the third image, to me, it looks like a pixie dungeon. It looks like it's also kind of like a mini maze, or maybe it's just a path of garden hedges we're going to have to go around to get to the bosses and such. And then we finally got more information on the new Braid. Now, it is stated on the website that this wasn't ready for the Paris Fan Fest, which is why we got it at the Tokyo, but it's going to be called Eden. So, obviously, some references there probably to the Garden of Eden. And the story involved with this is we're going to be restoring the other elements to the light-flooded world that we are currently in, since the first really only sees light. And they showed off, they had a guest who, Tetsuya Nomura, who made a character that will be a part of it, and it is called Gaia. Obviously a reference to Earth with that, so we'll have to see how it pans out. Just a girl with some black hair and in a black outfit with a 2-handed mace, so we'll just have to wait and see how that pans out for us. And then we found out more information about the new beast tribe, the dwarves, which are actually Lalafels, and a little bit of information we got is that they're never without their helmets or their beards, and they're experts in mining and metallurgy. And the buildings for the dwarves are actually only tall enough for dwarves and Lalafels, so taller races, basically any of them but the Lalafels. You cannot go in the buildings. You're only going to be able to look at them through the window. And with this being brought up, this mention up the differences between the source and the first. So Hyrules are called Humes, Makote are Mistel, Elzen are Elves, Rogadin are Joltgent, Ura is Dran, Lalafels are Dwarves. And then the other thing that has me thinking is maybe that the pixies on the first are actually called fairies on the source. But that part is just me thinking. I have no proof of this. And then next we have information on another new race, something I personally wasn't expecting. This is going to be Hrothgar. It's a new race. It looks like Kamari Rosen from Final Fantasy X. These are like it's like a Rogadin kind of theme body, but with like more like a big cat, like a lion or a tiger, or a leopard or something like that. They did show off a few of the faces. The 3 face types we had, there was like spots, some stripes, or you can just have a horn in that. And it was also confirmed that Viera is going to be a female-only race, and the Hrothgar will be a male-only race. And it stated that these races are going to have unique heads and customizable features. And that on the first, the Viera are V's and Hrothgar are Rosen. So obviously the link to Final Fantasy X is mentioned there. And the last thing we have here are mention of new types of enemies. They're going to be called Sin Eaters. And this is basically a light version of the Void Scent. And I didn't know this, but the Void Scent actually comes from the 13th, which is the Void. There was a mention of another primal called Innocence. Nothing was further told, but will play an important role. And it was also stated that Minfilia from the trailer is going to be a trust NPC. The job is secret. my only guess with it being a secret is maybe it is a dancer, or maybe it's a future job that we don't know about. Also, with the story and stuff like this, it makes me think that with the calling that Thancred is actually on the first with Minfilia. Potentially, maybe also Y'shtola when she was pulled over in Urianger. Not too sure. We're going to have to wait and see. But that is going to wrap up the Tokyo FanFest for this year, for 2019 and 2018, of course, starting with the Las Vegas one. It was very exciting. I can't wait for this expansion. It feels like it's right around the corner, and I can't wait to go to a new world and be a warrior of darkness. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video, comment down below what was your favorite part of this FanFest. I don't even know where to begin with mine. I love all of it. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. The new areas. I'm going to be in the Crystorium as much as I can, and it looks beautiful. And don't forget to check out all the links I'll have down below. I also forgot to mention that the Hrothgar has a video as well, so that will be linked down there below as well. Subscribe to my channel to stay updated for more Final Fantasy XIV content, as well as single player game content. And it has been a pleasure. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.